Shalom, giving all honor, all praise, and all glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Wadash, double unto the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. And as always, peace, blessings, and salutations to the four-let tabernacle of David scattered abroad across the four winds of the earth. This is going to be real quick, but I just hit the record button once I saw this. I'm not sure where this is actually at, but you're going to see the video clip. You see the little child on the bottom right. He look like he's probably no older than 4 years old. And you can see him, he's basically grabbing the buttocks of this woman here. And I don't know if that's her son. I don't know if, this is, basically somebody's child that they neglecting, and he just found himself over there and putting hands on this woman. But you'll notice that the woman, instead of reacting or instead of correcting him or calling for the parents, unless she's the parent herself, she just sitting there and she thinks it's cute. She's just laughing about it like, something to laugh about. And that right there is reckless and careless. All right, now, a scripture came to mind, and that's why I want to do the video, because it hits right on the head concerning these type of scenarios dealing with children. Now, you gotta let them know early. All right, but let me play this clip real quick. This is on IG. So you see this, he's copping feels on his woman's behind, and he don't know what he's doing, but I'm pretty sure he's emulating what he saw. Or, he's seen this somewhere, whether his parents, somebody in the family, or he may have seen it in public, which shows you this society is out of order. All right. And it's definitely not appropriate, but he's clearly emulating what he saw. And that's what can happen to a child when they're left to themselves and you're not, protecting their eyes and the things that they're witnessing and seeing. All right. So this is what he's doing, and she's allowing him. She thought it was amusing and funny and cute. He had to pull him back like, hey, but she thought it was, funny. And that's something that you simply don't do. So she's clearly not mother material. All right. That's like he's learning to be lewd. This is lewd behavior. All right. And let's get the scripture now. Sirach 30. And I'm gonna start at verse 8. It says, a horse not broken becometh headstrong, and a child left to himself will be willful. You leave them to themselves, and they're not receiving any discipline. They're idle. You're not instructing them. They're gonna continue to if with children, we know that if you give them an inch, they're gonna go a mile. They're gonna see how far they can go if nothing happens. If they continue to do something and there's nothing being done about it, they're gonna do it more and more. All right, so that's why you got to keep an eye on them. It says, conquer thy child, and he shall make thee afraid. Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness. And that's what'll happen. You play with your children, they're gonna get older and think that this is acceptable. Because they didn't receive no discipline for their actions. So she'd allow this, and then when he grow up to treat women in the same fashion, he'll be blamed. But what did his parents do? Right? It says, laugh not with them. And you see, she was clearly sniggling and laughing like it was funny, like it was cute to her. Lest thou have sorrow with him, and lest thou gnash thy teeth in the end. You know, because it ain't gonna be fun and games when he gets bigger and he's doing the same stuff. You know, he turned into a damn predator or something. Or a woman like that, allowing somebody that young to do that to her, she's questionable in a light. You know, she looked real funny in the light, just based on her reaction. It says, laugh not with them, lest thou have sorrow with them, and lest thou gnash thy teeth in the end. Because the behavior just get worse. It'll become a pattern. So you don't laugh with them. It says, give him no liberty in his youth, and wink not at his follies. So she did the complete opposite. So she's clearly not fit for motherhood. Bow down his neck while he is young, and beat him on the sides while he is a child, lest he wax stubborn and be disobedient unto thee, and so bring sorrow to thine heart, because he will have no respect. And they're supposed to, according to the commandment, they're supposed to honor their father and their mother. But you don't discipline them, they don't have the respect. They won't honor you. Chastise thy son and hold him to labor, lest his lewd behavior be an offense unto thee. All right, so that's wisdom. And you see that, there's all type of situations, scenarios that the scriptures target. The scriptures don't miss, man. I thought it was fitting to what I was seeing in this little video clip. All right, and then this the woman behind this account, she likes to hold women accountable and whatnot, but I think sometimes she goes overboard with it. But what she said right here was right. In the description, it says, this is disturbing. The child clearly doesn't understand what he's doing, but the woman does. Instead of correcting him, she laughs and allows it to continue. That's not just careless, that's predatory. Children mimic what they see at home. It's our job as adults to set boundaries and teach right from wrong, not to entertain harmful behavior for laughs. Yeah, laugh not with him, and wink not at his follies, because that could become dangerous later down the line. She should have immediately alerted the father and redirected the child, not encouraged it. This kind of negligence puts kids at serious risk, and it needs to be called out. Thoughts. Yeah, man. And I don't know if that man that pulled him back was his father or not. And I don't know if she was the mother or not. Maybe she wasn't the mother, but it's still the way she reacted, that send red flags. Just because it's a child, that doesn't mean you find it cute, because that child will grow up, having the wrong idea. So instead, a woman in her sense would have, grabbed that child and be like, hey, no, where's your parents at? You don't do that. She turned around and just laughed and found it, amusing. A lot of these women ain't shit these days, man. But anyway, like I said, I wasn't going to make this long, but I had to do a quick little response. I'm going to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.